So good evening, everyone. Mazezuke speaking to us. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. So if you can hear me loud and clear, can I quickly know where you're watching me from? As usual, and as it is customary, I wanted to speak to us before now, but I think I had some issues that came up. You know, a lot actually is happening, people. But this evening and this late evening, Sunday late evening, I wish I had done that. There's a conversation earlier before many of you went to bed, but be that as it may, quickly forgive me and pardon me for not doing that earlier. But I am now doing a live video, and I would want us, you know, maybe I will take some call this evening actually, so that we will understand what is happening. And as the title suggests, you know, what it means is the seizure of Okorocha's assets, you know, or his estate that is allegedly built on a green belt. You know, he's been accused that you know, that his assets was built, or rather his estate was built on a green belt. You understand? So in this case, that he's going to forfeit these assets, and no one, as we say in Igbo, no one hears that such a thing would happen to him and he wouldn't react. And in fairness to him, he reacted, you know, and in reacting, he has gone to the place to claim ownership of an asset that he believes is his, you know, and that has led into some kind of commotion. Let me quickly plug this in so that I can hear. Okay. Okay, so in that commotion that, you know, ensued, what then happened? It appeared he was arrested. He himself said it wasn't an arrest, but there are videos there saying that he was arrested. But why am I talking about this? I am talking about this because of as part of the things I've been saying when it comes to governance. Now, I would address Okorocha, and I will at the same time address the current governor of Imo State. Here we have a property that was built allegedly on the green belt. I think what I will have to do is, if the system will permit me, let me quickly play for us a video that, you know, they said, or rather a video from the state government, quickly saying this is what is happening, and this is the reason why they have taken over this property. I mean, it is clear, and honestly, it is in that video. For many of you who probably haven't seen that video, I would quickly play that video for us for our understanding, because what it does is that it's going to give us a background to what, you know, to conversation that we are going to have this evening. And that conversation is centered on the premise that we are all looking for the best for the great Igbo nation, the GIN, the gene. You know, that's what I call it, the great Igbo nation, because it must be very clear to all of us that we only have one Igbo nation, you know, and one thing that affects one of us affects all of us. So it's not a time to say, oh, it's not my state, I don't care what happens there. No, it must, because whatever they do They do whatever they do in our names. You know, they say we sent them, so whatever they do them in our
government.
So let's listen.
Has released the Gazette following the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry on Lands and Related Matters in Imo State, headed by Honorable Justice Florence.
So this is the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry.
The report of that Judicial Commission of Inquiry has been adopted, debated, and passed by the State Executive Council of Imo State Government. And that Gazette has been released to the public. And in keeping with the terms of that Gazette, we are at the premises now called Royal Spring Palm Apartments.
Okay, so now take your time. Look at the magnificence of this building. Look at how fantastic. Look at how nice this thing looked. Then I asked myself, that is the starting point of my conversation this evening. Look at how good that is. This is something that every person, every human being would want to, where human beings would want to live. Then ask yourself, is it an impossibility for our government for 8 years? Okorocha has been, was in government, that he was unable to do a massive housing for people, for workers to live in. Rather, this was done on as a private investment by his wife. Now, the question that will come to mind is, what does the wife do? How did you get the resources to do, to build such a fantastic estate? Okay, so honestly, looking at this, I'm just, I'm addressing Okorocha for now. I will come to the current governor of Imo State, because there are some things they said here I thought they are basically arrant nonsense, but I will come to him. But let me take these first. And I have here Wando, MK and Wando. Good evening. Wando, it's a long time I haven't seen you online, so I hope all is well. So what I'm saying here, people, let us once more listen to the government on the reason why they are taking over these assets. Now, I didn't hear that they are taking over these assets because these assets were built with state funds. I would have wished that they look into the acquisition of these properties and how the resources that was used for this property development was acquired. That is, one logical way of doing this. But let's stay with how the Commission of Inquiry has actually done their job. Let's go on.
This Royal Spring Palm Apartment is a built-up estate located on a green belt and open space, a total violation of the watershed of the layout.
Now, it says it's located in a green belt. In a green belt, blocking the watershed. In a green belt. Listen to that, because these are things that we must follow arguments. Let me get my pen and paper. The argument is that this is a green belt encroachment. Green belt encroachment, right? That's a green belt encroachment. Okay. So therefore, let me not speak like Nigerian. So therefore, no, I will say therefore. Okay, therefore, they are taking over these properties because they encroached on a green belt. My argument is still coming, so let's continue.
Family layout. The panel had recommended that these structures be demolished following the recovery by Imo State government and following the acceptance of the report of the commission. The government has today, the 19th day of February 2021, taken possession of these premises and sealed it against all encroachment, trespass, or user by any member of the public at any person's instance. From today, this premises is out of bounds to anybody or any authority except persons acting on behalf of Imo State.
Okay. Again, pay attention. From today, being from 2 days ago, being the 19th of February 2021, from Imo State panel that looked into this, that was gazetted, keyword, gazetted by the Imo State government. It prohibited anyone who is not directly from Imo State government entrance into this property. Please, I want us to pay attention, please. By the way, for so many of you who haven't subscribed to this channel, please take the time to do. I will say a happy Sunday to all of us. And please like this video and share this video because it's an interesting conversation this evening. Please, when you like the video, it helps YouTube algorithm to show the video to others. Now, what is happening here, people? This here said on the 19th, anyone by the Imo State judicial panel of inquiry that this property is out of bound. That means whether you are the owner or not, you can no longer set your foot here. Therefore, it means if you want to set your foot in there, you need a legal, court order to allow you to set your foot in here. But let's continue.
Government. This premises is hereby sealed and locked up as a recovered property by the Imo State government. That is in keeping with the compliance level and the implementation of the government white paper on the recovery of public lands and property by the Imo State government. Thank you very much.
Okay, so therefore, so Imo State now has said this property is out of bound. You cannot get into this property, right? Now, on another video that is much longer than the one I just played, they were talking about demolishing this property. I'm like, what are we talking about? Demolishing this property? Why? Why in God's name would anybody want to demolish this? Now, this is where I would need your opinion, and this is where eventually I'll open up the telephone line. Let us think, because the government, this is about the Igbo nation. This is beyond Imo State. This is about the Igbo nation. You and I are the governed, and we have the government. Our input must matter. Our conversation must matter because they listen to us. They listen to what you and I say. They listen to this conversation now that I'm telling you. I can guarantee you that this conversation, this broadcast this evening is being watched in Imo State. So they know and they feel the things you and I say. If they feel us, if they watch us and they listen to what we say. So the question is, let us in the comment section, and some of you that might call later, what is the issue here? What is your view? Do you think that these properties should be demolished? Because there was an original plan, probably, that has the green belt in it. So what's your view? What's your take? There is a green belt ab initio. Here, they are now saying this green belt should be maintained, and in maintaining that green belt, these properties should be destroyed. Can we meet at the comment section? What do you think? Does it make sense? Now, this property, no matter what, we're not talking about its acquisition, the legality of it, but we're looking at the, let's juxtapose morality here. Common, what serves the public interest. If you ask me, someone designed a master plan. A master plan was designed that this area that this was built on ought to be a green belt. Sadly, and very idiotic, it has been built. But you see, that's where sometimes Africans, and especially Nigerians, and even us in Igbo, this nonsense of big manism, when you are in government, you begin to break the law. Because if, according to the panel that found out that Okorocha built this thing on Greenbelt, the question is, where were the men and women of integrity when Okorocha was applying? Or maybe because he was a governor, he didn't. Did he assign himself that land? How come nobody spoke up? Those properties were built to the point now that we are talking about demolition. Looking at how these things have been done, it worth millions and it looks so nice. Is it right for this to be demolished? If it is not right to be demolished, as arguments in so many fora today has gone on, some are of the opinion that it should not be demolished. Rather, it should be converted into state use. But question then from me will be, if we convert it into state use without demolition, what would then happen to the original plan of Greenbelt? Many of you who live in civilized nations will know there is what you call public parks. You don't wake up tomorrow and see a public park or see houses in public park. Listen, many of you who might be watching me now and know Onitsha very well, those who know Fege and the housing estate very well, will know that in the late 80s, between 1988 and 93, there was a place called Meteorological Training Institution in Onitsha. If you're coming from the bridgehead, that is First Niger Bridge, and heading towards Iweka or Up Iweka, on your left, before the crossover to Ochanja and Okpoko, on your left is where they call the Meteorological Training Institution, owned by, basically, I think that was a Nigerian-German collaboration. In there, I remember then there was a swimming pool, tennis court, and a field. But in the late 80s, a local government chairman converted those swimming pools, bulldozer, scrapped public swimming pools built by Germans, destroyed everything, and houses were built there. And that place is called Housing Estate at the Onitsha. Many of you might understand what I mean. The question is it right? If today somebody wants to restore that same public use and say, okay, this house here, I know it has been over 20, 30 something years, but we now want to bring sanity back, what will we think? If today I wake up and go back to Enugu and look at the polo field, the only amusement park, the only open field we had in Enugu then, where you have ShopRite today. If I become the governor of Enugu State and say, no, sanity must return, whoever built this here, ab initio, it was not meant to be. What would we now say, oh, we now have ShopRite here, we'll have business centers here, then we can no longer reclaim in the middle of the city. Do you know where you have, I think, something gate, a hotel? An open field where we had the zoo in Enugu before the 82 division, if you're going from IMT, on your left, it is now a hotel. If somebody says, no, we need to return it to the way it were, the colonial masters and the way our forefathers left it to be an open field, what happened to the animals there? If we want to return it to what it was, would that be overzealousness or that we are doing the right thing? Sometimes we might need people who are a little bit crazy in government to do the unthinkable. Remember what El-Rufai did in Abuja. That's the only way he brought sanity, because, we run a system that when people stole, when they use stolen money, and they just want to run everybody because they believe that they have convoys, they have military men, they have police, therefore they can become a law unto themselves, and every other person doesn't matter. Now, the question this evening, people, should we revert back to what the Green Belt in Imo State, where Okorocha built his estate? And today, therefore, my message to the Imo State government is, any decision that is going to be taken on this should not be taken in a hurry. There ought to be a wider consultation. One part of me says, listen, I want these things just destroy the whole property and restore it. Part of me says, okay, just take over those properties, convert them to state use. Either you sell them, you put them into use them for schools, I don't know, whatever you want to use them for, as a punishment for the act of illegality. Then recreate green belt somewhere else. Honestly, I'm speaking from my heart here. Can we recreate another green belt somewhere else? That is another point. Therefore, because I do not know, the finer details, what they call in law the fine prints of these things, can we exercise patience? Yes, it has been taken over, but can we stay execution in terms of the demolition, so that we will get something that is going to be of a greater public use and public interest? I don't know if people agree with me or not, but the question, like Ugochukwu Aka here is saying, if the property was built with the state funds, then let the state. I think the issue of state fund is another issue, is another discussion that has not been addressed, because I do not know, and I am not aware that the panel addressed the issue of, of the source of the fund for that. I am not aware. What I am trying to say is, the one that we are aware of is very simple. The one that I can tell you that as of today, I know, is that this thing was done in a wrong place. Therefore, they are saying it has to go. So let us restrict our conversation to that. By the time we'll find out if it was done with public fund, that is, it could become a criminal investigation. So I do not have facts on that to speak more on this. Okay. So, okay. Okoli Chike says, there are recommendations by the commissions of inquiry that was set up. If you could avail us, if you can avail us those recommendations. I think I'm trying to find out a longer video that had those things. Okay, so let me get to the second part of this, and this is the interesting part. Okay, so today, having said that, the governor of, or rather the former governor of that state, Rochas Anayochukwu Okorocha, had gone in there with his men. Remember at the beginning, I played us a clip and I said the state said they cannot, no one is allowed to go in there. But sadly, the governor, the former governor who is now a senator, went in there to, obviously, in their usual way. And this then happened here. You can see the picture here. This is in the commotion that's happened today. You can see the pictures of the cars that were destroyed. Okay. Here you can see this, I think this is a Mercedes Vito van. You see the Mercedes Vito van destroyed. Hold on, let me try something else. So quickly, just quickly show. Pardon me. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the vehicle that was destroyed. Okay. Now, those are, I think this one is a Hyundai, one of those vehicles that was destroyed as well, right? Yeah. And we have the police vehicle as well. It says, what's on top? Something, Rochas Foundation College, Africa Security. Whoa, Rochas Foundation has Africa Security. Man, these guys are crazy. Okay, so you can see this one of the police altercation vehicle that was also, or rather one of the vehicles that was also destroyed. Then here, oh, that's a Hyundai, that's not a Mercedes. And this one is an Imo State APU, whatever APU means. So this one is already, the glasses are shattered. Now, this is Rochas Okorocha. People said he was arrested. So let's think maybe he was arrested, I don't know. But you can see him, and at the back there, at the back here, if the cursor can move, you can see that this is the wife on the left, and this is the guy in some of the videos I'll play later, you will see. So you can see at the back there is the police sign, so maybe a police post. He was taken upstairs, according to them, for questioning, according to what the interview he granted to Channels Television this evening, that he was taken upstairs for questioning. Okay, so now, having seen all this, there are other points that sometimes, you know, in our okay, let me quickly play the Channels bit of this, so understand what Channels said here. I just tried to record it with my phone. So let's listen to this.
About the Imo State government a few days ago. According to the public relations officer of the command, Orlando Ikioku, the command received a distress call that there was a commotion and violence at Royal Spring Palm Hotel located at Akachi Road in Owerri, a property allegedly linked to the wife of the former governor, Seizure Of Okorocha. He says in order to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order in the state, the police swung into action to maintain peace and invited Senator Rochas Okorocha. Senator Okorocha was later involved in an altercation with the special advisor to the Imo State governor.
I think sorry about that. I'll stop the video because it's I didn't know it was the quality was this poor. I didn't know the poor quality. But watch this, people. I do not know why these people believe that they are gods. I do not know why they believe they are gods. Why do they behave in this manner? There is a seal saying no entry. So why on earth would someone now go and forcefully enter that place? Look at how they tout. Look at how touts. You see, people are just moving. Look at how touts everywhere. Touts everywhere. And, you know, I keep saying it. When must you and I, when will the people learn to allow politicians fight their fight? If it has to do with the law, if it has to do with the governor, if it has to do with the senator, for Christ's sake, let them fight their fight. Why? I saw someone, you know, if I show the picture, YouTube will flag me as usual. So I wouldn't. But I saw someone bleeding. I mean, don't people learn enough not to join these people in their madness? See, broken bottles everywhere.
I used to shot and say, where the shot? Okay, now.
Nobody's above the law.
Where you are sitting
Nobody's above the law.
Move on, my back. Move.
Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. Move.
And you can hear the person saying nobody is above the law. Obviously, is from part of the, you know, is part of the state or tax force or whatever. Because in Nigeria, they tax and force anything that you so nothing is apparently new again, you know, because that's the way the system rolls. So let me quickly let me quickly share this with us as well. So let's listen.
Bring it up, bring it up. Pick up. Let us put inside, pick up.
You see, I hope you understand what they are trying to say here. They are saying they're trying to say, let them put Rochas Okorocha inside pickup. It's madness everywhere. I'm telling you, people, madness everywhere. Madness everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere you look is just pure insanity. Now, I like this conversation that I'm going to play us. I like this conversation, and let's listen. I like this conversation quickly. Where is it again? Okay, listen to this conversation.
2001, you know that? I'm the one. I told Fred. You know? No, you know now. You know? Yeah, 53. I'm okay.
You see, now, these are two friends. So he's a friend to Okorocha. Here, he's trying to tell Okorocha, I am the one that crowned you, Owele, in trade fair in Lagos. So if you're close to someone to the point that they gave you a chieftaincy title, Owele, in Lagos, but now listen to the way Okorocha will react to him. That is that arrogancy and big manism.
I'm the one that crowned you. I crowned you Owele.
You see, I crowned you Owele. That's what he said. I crowned you Owele.
I crowned you Owele at trade fair. You know.
I crowned you Owele at trade fair.
You know.
That's what that nonsense.
Who are you? Who are you?
You know, at this point, I thought to myself, pray in life. May those who feed you never decide your destiny. Wallahi. You know, it's just like, because, you know, let your condition never decide. It never allow you not to say your mind. Because look at the senator asking him, do I know you? And any of you watching today, if you know the man in question that was speaking to Okorocha, please reach out, send me his number. My email address is maaziezoke@gmail.com. That is MAAZIEZEOKE@gmail.com. I want to reach him. I want to interview him, because there are one or two things I want to find out. Because you can see clearly they were friends before, but sadly they are in opposing camps. Watch as this video goes on, you will begin to see where I even say you actually owe him.
You pay for it.
He said, in 2001, I gave you money, you're owing me. God of Nazareth. I mean, as Jonathan, I can only laugh. I mean, I can't cry, but it is insanity. So please, if you know the man in, you know, the man talking, the one with the black Isiago, please get in touch with me. I would want to speak to him. I want to bring him on this program. You know, again, my prayer is, may you never, you know, be in a position that you can never speak truth. Irrespective of whose us is who else is being God, may you never, may them never control you. So let's now go to the longer version of the video. people before I take your calls. Let's go to So this is when they took Okorocha away. In this video, you can see he goes into the police vehicle here, and this is when they took him away. So this is the time. So they are saying push him at the back, push him inside at the back. You can see that. Did you hear that? They were saying push him inside at the back, push him inside at the back. So it's for me, this is nothing but a power tussle. Now, I wish I can hear. It's nothing but power tussle. Let's now go to the longer version of the video, people. I hope it's not taking time. Before we continue, please, if this is your first time of joining me, Mazes okay here at Njenje Media TV, can you please subscribe to this channel and share this video, help the channel to grow. You know, like the video is just as simple. You're watching me already, just click on that like button. It goes chakam up, you know. And for your information, those of you watching me on YouTube, I know we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, and I think my Instagram account is also live. Those of you on YouTube can also make use of the super chat. Then if you ever do have the need to make the use of the super chat, you'll be pinned. Now let's go to the longer version of the video here. Now I'll do my final analysis here. Then I'll get you guys to have your say as well, and I'll probably take some of your comments.
No pepper. You don't have anything. Let them bring it there. It's wrong. And I'm going to sleep here today, so and only more people will come and sleep here. So let them come.
I want us to pay attention. Now, when I started, I clearly told us that when I started, I played a clip that showed what the state government said, the Judicial Panel of Inquiry, what they said. No one should have access to this building. Now, in clear violation of that, gazetted brief is how you will see how that place was opened and how they were even bragging about that as well.
The government has released the gazette.
Let me to refresh our mind once more. Let me play back the gazettes once more, or what the state government said, so that it will be fresh in our mind before we get into analyzing this video as to what happened. Okay.
Has been adopted.
For them. See?
The government has released the gazette following the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry on Lands and Related Matters in Imo State, headed by Honorable Justice Florence Duro Haigwe and team. The report of that Judicial Commission of Inquiry has been adopted, debated, and passed by the State Executive Council of Imo State Government. And that gazette has been released to the public. And in keeping with the terms of that gazette, we are at the premises now called Royal Spring Palm Apartments. This Royal Spring Palm Apartment is a built-up estate
that is
located on a green belt and open space, a total violation of the watershed of the layout, the Otamri layout. The panel had recommended that these structures be demolished following the recovery by Imo State government and following the acceptance of the report of the commission out.
I hope we paid attention to what just happened here. The panel has recommended that this property be demolished. The panel recommended, I think the panel, that's where you and I, because we are the people, that's where we need our voice. Do we agree that this estate should be demolished? So let me play that part again, so that pay attention. That, you know, obviously that this estate will be demolished. Do you agree that that should be the case? You know, that it should be demolished. Why? Should that happen? Okay, let's quickly.
Is a
It's a fantastic
estate located on a green belt and open space, a total violation of the watershed of the layout, the Otamri layout. The panel had recommended that these structures be demolished following the recovery by Imo State government and following the acceptance of the report of the commission. The government has today, the 19th day of February 2021, taken possession of these premises and sealed it against all encroachment, trespass, or user.
Okay, so the question is, should this be demolished? Now let's get back to how Okorocha eventually now got in there.
Video him, video him. Video him too. Video the police. Video the police. Video the police.
Henry Barr says no issue. People like him. Henry, do you have that million, billion? Look at that property.
Wait, let me open that. This is just against the law. Open this place, we are going to sleep here today. Now the governor sent them. This is nonsense.
Okay, it's not how they are trying to force their way. Look at Uchemosu here. Now, this is Uchemosu. That is the in-law, you know. And do you people now probably begin to make sense why Okorocha fought tooth and nail to make this guy here the next governor? Because none of us would have heard anything like this if he was the governor. No one will be talking about Greenbelt. No one will be talking about how was the fund to build this, how was it acquired, you know? So that's why it's somehow we cannot run away from, we can't close our eyes on the things that happen within our spaces. So let's continue. You see, they are now opening it. Okorocha is standing there. They are shooting sporadically.
Open this place. Open this place. We are going to stop here today. This is against the law. This is against the law. We are not the first governor of this place. We are here alive.
No, this is what I call the clash of the touts. The senator has his own entourage of security touts. Then the government also have their own. So it becomes the clash of the touts.
Okay, we are told, everybody was told to video. You cannot break my phone. You cannot try it. Even the police officer is videoing us. Why should the police officer video us? I will video. You people came here the other day, you were shooting people. They were shooting people. The governor sent you to be shooting people. Here to shoot people. Let everybody tires in here. Beat people up and down. Stole things from this place. Zoom shit from this place. Stole things. And the people said you will shoot us if we come in. Police there at the thief. Look at the police, they carry everything.
So at this stage, they have obviously opened the gate. let me fast forward this a little bit so that we don't spend too much time here.
Oh, stop. It's not the police. It's not the police that told me to. It's the government. Let the government come here.
Okay, hold on. See, the former governor now, the good thing is they're actually using innocent. I mean, I'll give my brother, Chief Innocent Chukwu a shout out as usual. We must promote using innocent IVM. So, you see, they've opened it, Okorocha is now going in. Okay? We will ask them to drive in one of those buses into a two-block entrance before the commission starts. The governor people are not here at this stage. Cyril Douglas said, "This is absolute jealousy. What's wrong with these people? From Emeki Hedio and now Hope. Is this what they are supposed to be fighting for right now?" Cyril, I don't know why. Governor said, correcting abnormalities. Governance is not only one way. It's not only about building road or fighting security.
So yet again,
it includes a lot of things.
Yet again, we are three Spring Farm. Some days ago, hoodlums from the Imo State government's house besieged there. They shot at people.
It's actually funny what this guy is about to say. He's calling the Imo State government and the people, the judicial of inquiry is calling them hoodlums. That they came and they shot at people in order to lock hair. Listen to them. This video here is an indiction. It's something they cannot run away from because this actually indicts them. It's an indictment. Clearly, this cannot be denied that you are not the one that broke the key and that you are the one that went in there. Now let's
stole things. They stole things, stole televisions, phones, shot people and everything. And today, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Welana Ayorochas, is in town. And he has unsealed the illegally sealed property by the Imo State government, and business will return to normal shortly. The police officers here said that they do not have a warrant, they have no papers, nothing at all. So they were.
Okay, so let me fast forward it a little bit. So inside the estate.
Yes, I got him on video. He rushed out immediately. He rushed out immediately.
You should have caught him now. Why did you leave him?
He rushed out immediately in his spot.
People should wait there. Just grab them. They used to be there. Now that they get, all of you should they get. Any government official, just catch them, go shoot them. Get them. Yes, sir. Any government official, just get them. Arrest them.
Did you hear that? Okorocha is saying anybody, any one of them, you should arrest them.
He rushed out immediately.
And here is a cocoon. Here is a Congress of touts. Here is a Congress of touts. Please. Everybody, I beg you.
China Sawanewi came here and he just rushed out immediately. Yes, he was just here now. Plate number 574 IMGH. China Sawanewi for danger. 574 IMGH.
Do not be a tool. Let's fast forward quickly. Getting into the promotion.
Here. Why did they not seal these other places? Why did they choose just Spring Farm? Why did they choose just Royal Spring Palm? Picking Royal Spring Palm for this alone shows that this is a political witch hunt, that this is a vendetta mission. If you look around, you will see that this layout was created during Governor Okorocha's time as number one citizen.
Okay.
Look at, there are lots of buildings, but this one alone was just singled out vendetta mission.
Okay, so eventually the commotion continued, and the police and the former governor, everybody eventually left, and they started granting interview. Okay, so that is on that note. But remember, bear in mind, Rochas Okorocha a couple of weeks told us that he's richer than the whole of Imo State. I hope you people still remember when he made that video, that he is richer. Let me see if I can grab the video and play that for us. So we see when he told us that he is richer than even the Imo State government, that he is richer. So you can see, Asna Mpako Buluzo or the Desoya, the arrogance in some of these conversations stinks. You know, it stinks.
Party chairman and all of you should come up. I can't hear go. Even as a government, I can't have go today. I'm saying now, I'm anywhere. Saying go wafo. We don't know where that shall party. Wafo get rule of 3 billion. On I get 3 billion in 3 years. It's not gonna go, but we pull on. I can make you the same with it. We have from now. They're gonna wear billions of naira. Ngagman won't make you. But in a man, my like he machine, man, I wear one more. I saw my check. Could you take to me by the country? I'm watching. Could you make a church? Could you make a
you hear that? He said he's richer than the Imo State government. Oh dear, these people are, you know, I don't know. These people are really, I don't know how we got to this point. But I would now open the line. Whoever, WhatsApp only, whoever wants to call can now call this number. The number is on the chart, and it's also a pinned message. Is 0702. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong number. I think, sorry, pardon me. I think I shared the wrong number quickly. Let me collect the right number. Pardon me there. Let me remove and delete. Okay, so you can now call if you want to have your, if you want to lend your voice. What we need to discuss and what we need to find out is the Commission of Inquiry recommended that the property be demolished. Do you agree that the property should be demolished? Do you agree? Don't you think that that is a waste of money? You know, even if that they decide that that is what they will do, do you think that you and I have what it takes to get them to do otherwise? I would like to hear what your views are on the number to call, which is pinned on, you know, those watching on YouTube, on 0708 004 2206. That's Nigeria WhatsApp number only. So you have to save the number first as Njenje Media TV 0. You know, you have to save that for many of you. I know today is Sunday. We are clocking 1,000 viewers now only on YouTube. So you can see those of you watching outside Nigeria is +234 708 00 42206. So you can call in, let's debate, because we must influence and we must take decisions that would be very palatable for us. But the presentation I've made this evening, clearly we can see that there must be a way to bring sense in what is happening. You know, I do understand the fact that you know, we might be angry, we might not like that, according to what the report said, that this was built on a green belt. Okay, granted, it was built on a green belt. Question is, can we make amends? Can we recreate a green belt and sell up these assets, or convert these assets into something else? I have I have a YouTube fan here. I have a fan, and I will let you speak. Hello, who am I speaking to, and where are you calling from?
From United States.
Onyeze, I greet you. How are you? Longest time.
My brother.
So what's your contribution, Onyeze? Hold on, Onyeze, I hope you are not the one now, Soch. Okay.
Jesus.
Oh, Onyeze Menana.
Yeah,
Okay.
My contribution on this issue, that estate were powerful estates. So
very, very beautiful.
Very good. Okay, make sense. Government demolish that estate. Rather, government can seize it, use it for something else. So, yeah, the way people can reach to opposers of them to talk sense to them, they can seize it, as they have already said that the place is okay. Use it for another thing than demolishing. Have a very nice, beautiful structure. Just structure in Imo State. I don't think. Oh, very nice.
But does it bother you? Why since after 8 years of being a governor, nothing like that was constructed for the public, for for people to enjoy, and that reinforces my belief that we have people who actually are oppressors, but the oppressed keep supporting them, because something like that could be, many of you you are in United States. If you see public, imagine somebody being a governor, and even never in the state of California, he never built any public utility, but he goes in and builds such private estate. I mean, come on.
Exactly. That's why government they should seize that property, because these people are very heartless people. He have not built something like that to the public, but he used the government fund to build a private.
That is debatable. That's one thing I don't like about the report, because I would have loved them to probably look into if the acquisition of that fund as well. Anyway, thank you very much for your contribution. We have others on the line. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, hello, good day. Who am I speaking to? Oh, good morning. Yeah, that's true. How are you? Kelvin from Dubai, yes. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, Mas. Mas, I'm watching your program, and for me, I don't think the house should be demolished. This is one of the problems in Nigeria. The best thing, I think, if it's the government buying them, I think they should put the house on themselves instead of destroying it.
Very, very well made. Your point is well made. So you're saying that the government should auction the house. Government should not destroy the house.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Let me take another call. Thank you for your call. Yeah. Hello, who am I speaking to? Oh, okay. Sorry, the call dropped. Whoa. People, so many people are calling in already. 22 missed call. Okay, call back again. So the line is now free again. You can call back, please. I think this discussion is really hitting the nerves, because I don't think there is any sensible person, where we do not, one, we have house shortage, not enough people. We don't have enough houses. A lot is happening. We don't have enough houses. We don't have enough anything, and we want to just demolish the one we have. Okay, so let me quickly call back. Hold on, what's happening? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, hello, who am I speaking to? You're speaking to Mazi Ezeoke Live. What's happening, people? Oh, okay. So let me call. Okay. Hello. The line is jamming. Something is. I hope we're not being jammed from Imo State. I hope we're not being jammed. The line is, so they don't want to hear people's opinion on this. No, it can't be. We must. Okay. Your life with Mazi is okay.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is I'm calling from USA.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah, my interest on that is that if I may advise, what we're supposed to do with that, the less privilege in terms of civil servant in Imo State should buy those houses.
Can they afford it? Can those people afford it?
No, this is government money. And most of
that has not been determined. Remember.
Okay, but for me, let them buy it. Let the civil servants buy the houses, even if they don't have the money. Because even if they demolish the house, will they get the money?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
But they can pay like in America here, whereby you can pay house in mortgage. Let them buy the mortgage.
Yeah, I see. Your point is well noted. Thank you very much. Honestly, the telephone line it's a lot of people, so I need to be taking it quick. Thank you. Yeah. Hello. Hello, who am I speaking to? Wow, what's happening? Okay. The telephone line is now free, I believe. No, I think, hold on, let me turn off. I think something is going crazy here. Let me turn this off. Let me turn this line off. Okay. So, okay. Can we please call back again? Over that, what's happening? 30 missed calls. Come on, how did that happen? Okay, I think, hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. You're on to Mazi Ezeoke. This is Njenje Media TV Live.
Okay, my name is Patrick.
Okay, Patrick, you're welcome to the program.
Yeah, my own contribution toward what we're discussing is because if you look, there's no point of demolishing the house. I think the best way is there's a lot of, if you look at Imo State, there's a lot of homeless people, less privileged people. I think the government should think into this way. and also we don't have a good hospitals, and you know, I think that would make sense if they can use those buildings for hospitals, or also give it out to less privileged people. I think that would be well done job to them.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you. So who am I speaking to? Who am I speaking to? Oh, okay, that one is gone. So you can now still come. Okay, let me take this one now. So who am I speaking to?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. Please, can you turn down the set you're using? You're listening me from. You're echoing.
Hello,
I can hear you, but you're feeding back. Can you turn off the set you're listening with, please?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. Who am I speaking to, and where are you calling from?
Yes, Mbe from Bremen.
Bremen. Oh, Mbe Wanega.
Yes. Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Longest time. Wow. It's a long time. I think the last time we saw is over 10 years ago. I think the last.
You can call me, yeah?
Okay, that's good, Mbe.
Okay, let me go straight to the point.
Thank you.
This is not the first time there have been seizing buildings in Nigeria. Murtala Mohammed have seized buildings in Nigeria. One is a court in Lagos, off Osunbamaduwe Road. While he was passing, he saw the road and he asked, who owns this road? And they told him that it was the first governor of Lagos State. And he summoned him, and he asked him, how comes about that building? And he took the house and he gave it to Lagos State. That house was not demolished.
Yeah, but Mbe. Yeah, Mbe, can we put this demolition request in context?
Yeah,
the one, okay, but the one you cited was not because it was built on a green belt or on a sewage lane or on a highway.
It's confiscation.
Exactly. But the argument here is that this one is built on a green belt, on a green area. I mean, Mbe, in Germany, no, hold on, in Bremen, thank God you and I lived in Bremen. If we go to the Neustadt, for instance, or you go to the Weser, the Weser where and you go and build something because you are the Bürgermeister. Do you think the Germans would ever allow any building to be built on the Weser in Bremen where you live? Hello? Okay. Do you think that the Bremische Bürgerschaft would ever allow anyone to build a house in the Weser in Bremen?
I'm sorry, your network.
Yeah, go ahead. Now,
let me, from the little I had, you asked me if somebody went to Weser to build a house, will that be this? To start with, before you move here, to remove a son, you will be arrested.
That's what I was expecting you to say. Because it is a total system collapse. That's why that house was actually built ab initio.
I'm coming. They won't even allow you to even remove you're talking and I'm talking. I'm not sure because I'm not hearing your network. Hopefully you're hearing me.
I can hear you loud.
But for the fact they allow you to build it finish, now that means it's the fault of the government. And the government will not just come and demolish it. Government will now bring it to the people to decide.
And that's what you and I are doing this evening.
Yes. And now, because hearing what you are telling me, what you are projecting there from the videos, they have decided to demolish it. And in Nigeria, as we know, Nigeria, when the government said it, they don't even look back. They will just demolish. These people there, they are not working at all. You come and demolish it. All the money spent And that house is too much for the hospitals. And maintenance of that house, as you know, government cannot maintain it. So the only thing we do now is you come there, you auction it. How I'm here in Bremen, the way they do it is they bring it very low price so that everybody will buy it and the individual will maintain it. Right? And they will pay tax for it. Do you understand me? Now, and not only auction it, you will be flexible. Government has to be flexible to tell them, okay, we can give you, if you buy this house, we'll give you 10 years to pay or 20 years instrumentally.
Anyway, Mbe, you've made a very fantastic and a valid point. Thank you very much. Let me take other people who would who can reconnect offline. Thank you very much, Mbe. Thank you for calling. Yeah. So who am I speaking to? Maz is okay speaking. Yes, hello.
Hello, this is Uche from Norway.
Okay, Uche, you're welcome.
In this scenario now, it looks so difficult and not well behaved anyway. Hello?
Yeah, Uche, we are listening to you.
All right. To me, the demolition the property, I don't think it's a good idea because this thing was built with money. The only thing I feel that government can do with that property is to use that property as a fund generation. I mean, they have divided it apartment by apartment. They should be renting it out as a low-cost house. And this will be bringing money to the government every year. I think that is my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Uche. Thank you. So you've had Uche. Uche is of the opinion. Actually, I think I've had 6 people ringing, 6 calls that we've taken. None of you is of the opinion that we should, yeah, hello, Mazes, okay, speaking. Who am I speaking to?
Hello, Maze, this is Mike.
Okay.
MK Wando.
Okay. Oh, MK Wando, yeah. I see your power in the comment section. So nice to speak to you then.
Yeah, I have a simple, short contribution, and I think I'm going to go against every other person who has spoken. One, the truth of the matter is you do not build something on nothing. That's just the foundation of my argument. That is number one. I will use myself as an example. I was trying to make an extension because my family started growing.
Well, okay, sorry, MK Wando, for viewers to understand you properly, where are you calling from?
Oh, sorry, I live in Ireland, Dublin.
Okay, because the moment you talk to extension, I know extension is only done by authorities in the UK and Ireland, knowing that in Nigeria you can build boys' quarter without any authority. So your own authority, nobody questions you.
Yeah. So it was designed and everything. It was only off by only a meter.
Then you cut it off. You cut a meter off. Simple.
Now they came back to me and said, hey, the reason why we didn't grant you up to that side because unknown to you, there was a sewage and a gas line that passes through there.
Oh yeah, I see.
No heavy thing can be allowed to rest on it.
Yes.
So what you are trying to build on top of it has to go. Because before you go in there, that thing was there before the estate was built. It's part of the planning permission. So based on that, if that thing is a green, which means it's in the planning permission of the city, that green was there before Okorocha was elected. It has no right to touch it.
Now, can I ask you a follow-up question? Yes. You know, towards the end of the last video I played, one of his boys panned his camera to the left and was showing other houses near that place. I don't know if the street demarcate the green belt. I don't know, but let's assume, without having the fact, let's assume that the other houses there where he pointed out saying, oh, these properties are there as well. Why are they not being demolished? Why is only the one from Okorocha that is a witch hunt? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I will answer you the same question the way I asked myself the question. It was my sister actually shut me up. I said, but my next door neighbor, which I copied this from, is the same pattern. And then the man now asked me, do you know how they routed that pipe? It could be that those ones there did not sit in the center of the green. This particular one they are doing, I'm not saying that I know much on this, but it could be that this is the one that is in the center of that green. I have a green up in front of the house, right? My kids go there to ride their cycles and everything. It's the same problem we had in Festac. Anybody that knows when Festac was designed, you know that Festac has a lot of green areas.
That's correct.
Go there today, it's all built up. It looks like a shanty. Everything has been built up.
It's worse than a shanty. I have never seen this level. Now you mentioned Festac. I'm not digressing, but I've never seen this level of madness in my life. Do you know people that live in Festac, right? In flats. They have these water tanks with rods, with iron constructed, with channel iron. Everybody constructing it like mad people. So you are in the second floor, you construct your own. Then me, I'm in first floor, I'm in the other second floor back. I was just like driving. I said, why can't the people actually come together and construct one to serve the whole place? And I'm like, what? Man, black people, our brain is probably in reverse gear. Anyway, thank you very much, MK Wando. I think other people are waiting. It's just unbelievable. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you've heard Wando now. Wando actually brought a different mix to the conversation, because Wando is saying, yes, everyone here argues that it shouldn't be demolished, but he actually put a point why it should be demolished. Good evening, sir. Who am I speaking to?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm Emmanuel. I'm calling from Germany.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, sir. Make your contribution, sir.
Okay, my
Could you please turn off the device you're listening with, because it echoes and feeds back to your conversation.
Okay.
Thank you. You can go ahead now. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much.
Okay. I just want to make a point on what you just said. Not too long ago, you mentioned about the people that are living around the other estates, that if somebody send a camera on top, that it looks as if they also violated the same problem. We can remember that the government might have gone through everything and find out that what Okorocha built is not the right thing to do where he built it. However, everybody needs to respect the ruling authority. If they decide that it is wrong and they want to demolish it, it can be harmless anywhere, if I say so, because people are poor, they need houses, but all the same, the right thing must be done. On the other way around, as Igbos, we remember there is an adage that says, so if those other workers are not people like on that caliber of Okorocha, and they build on the same type of place, if Okorocha's own is demolished, they should equally know that their own will go.
Yes, thank you.
However, I just want to chip in that we have to set example for others to learn. If they leave it like that, in the nearest future,
lawlessness would abound.
Yeah, they might even take it back. So it is better that they should do something decisive, if at all they are doing it in a right way in order to correct wrong. That will be good for each and every one of us.
Thank you. So your proposition is that they do an Idiabon style. Thank you very much for your contribution and have a wonderful evening. Okay. Wow. The telephone is buzzing here. Hello, good evening. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, hi. Good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, all right. My name is Dave. I'm calling from the United States.
Dave, I'm listening. Can you turn off the device, please? Anyone watching now, before you call, please turn off the device you're listening, because it echoes and make you think I'm talking. Please turn off the device you're listening with. If it's your television, can you turn it down, please?
I've moved very far away from the device.
Okay, go ahead now.
It shouldn't affect everything. So what I'm trying to say is, two wrongs can't make it right. If that location is a green zone and Okorocha built that facility there, it is wrong in the first place. But that
Hello? Oh, I think I've lost you. Can you call back, please? Yeah, hello, Mazezoke speaking. Hello, Mazezoke speaking. Can you?
I can hear you. This is Henry.
Okay, Henry, you're welcome. Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling. Hello.
Yeah, Henry, I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you, Henry.
Are you still there? Okay, I'm calling from Owerri.
Okay.
I'm calling from Owerri, Imo.
Oh, good, Henry. It's good. It's good to hear, because when I told people that you people are watching, so we want to hear from someone from Owerri. So you have all the time.
Okay, you need to understand that the panel that that the property should be demolished. This panel is a panel of the former administration before the present administration. And the people who sat on that panel were not people who wanted to be vindictive of anybody, but they looked at the violations that had happened in Imo since 2006 to 2019. And then they recommended what should be done.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, hold on. You said 2006 to 2019, right? So does that mean what they looked into preceded Okorocha? It wasn't about Okorocha.
Yes.
Okay. Is a good
yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Absolutely yes. In all things, okay? But you see, where the violation is more is probably where you will see the actions of the present government if they want to execute what was recommended. That's where you will see it more. It's sad for people to think that, oh, government should convert this to houses and all that. When can we get it right?
Exactly.
In Southeast? When do we start to do the right thing? This is the question. Every time we judge according to what is the present situation, we want to make temporary decisions on permanent situations. People violate green belts, open areas, convert places that should be for public use to private use, and each government comes and gloss over it. I think it's time for things to be addressed in their right perspectives. If they recommended demolition
demolition, so be it, so that the message is sent back to everybody that you don't do things like this to public properties. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that fantastic contribution. And also glad that you were there. You found the time on the internet to watch the program. And the point you've raised are so valid. And I'm happy for the clarification you made that the panel was instituted by the PDP government. That's correct, right? Hello? Okay, I think I've lost you here, but I'll take another call. So, according to him, the panel was instituted by Emeka Ihedioha, and obviously it spilled over to this panel, to this government, and this is both APC, right? The senator is an APC person. The governor is also an APC. So I think one could deduce from the analogy here that there is a reduction. Yeah, hello, who am I speaking to?
Yes, Mazi, this is Dave.
Dave, please, can you put off the, because it's feeding back.
Now.
Okay.
It's up. Do you still hear the feedback?
No, we can hear you, Dave. Go ahead.
Okay, good. I just speak up for Pidgin English so that the greater part of the audience who are Nigerians go here. All right? Two wrongs cannot make it right. The ideal thing to do in this regard is to demolish that building as justice. But we, when they're abroad, we cannot use international standard to judge Nigeria's situation.
Stop, Dave. Stop. Why do you say that we can't use international standard to judge? International standard, in your own way, you said before you want to talk a pidgin. International standard, it had us.
No, you know they had us, but we never reached.
No. Why you know they allow? Hold on. Why you know they allow Benin people not take offense? Na joke, they joke. But why you know they allow Benin elderly pilot where get landing pad for their back door when they travel go America? Why not they allow them to carry you the way where they take travel go? Why you know?
Okay, make I explain that. And it may not maybe
go ahead.
Make I explain which now they try talk when I say maybe that's what didn't put people up, say no use international standard judge. Nigeria, whether we agree or not, is developing. We never even still get our administrations right. I remember when El-Rufai was the Minister of FCT, he did a whole lot of demolition because people were boycotting the master plan. And I applauded him for that. That's one of those things I remember about El-Rufai.
But today, it was painful then, but today it paid off.
No, pay attention. It never paid off because they don't go back to, people have gone back to status quo. Everything he did is a waste because he's Nigeria. Just let me get to the point already so that I don't take your audience time. If you just let me get to the point, so that I don't take people time, then you can challenge whatever I'm saying. Now, all of us, they hear the Igbo state has no infrastructure. All right, we don't get governors since the democracy began from no infrastructure in Nigeria. This particular one, whether he steals government money or he do something, what is green zone? All right, it can be that master plan can be relocated. This guy managed instead of to take the money abroad, go develop Dubai. Comes to build something like that in Nigeria, the best punishment you can give me is to seize it from him, make it a government property, and what? Reassign the purpose of the property. But demolition it will be a waste of resources in an environment that has no infrastructure. Yes, he should be penalized for doing that in the first place. Legitimately, he's supposed to lose on the property. But demolishing the property will be an exercise in futility, especially for an environment.
So how do you suggest they penalize him then? How do you suggest they penalize him before you leave?
Collect the property for your hand. It's his personal property. Collect and let government resell it to people such that tomorrow government will not come back and take it back and hand it over to him. As simple as that. Legitimately give it a hand over to people. Either you sell it at a discounted rate to government employees. In fact, the best thing to do is to sell it at a discounted rate to government employees. Make it legitimately theirs by law, such that Okorocha and whoever his cronies are will never come back and take it by law, and it's good. But demolishing that infrastructure, I think, might be the right thing to do, but may not be the most prudent thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful insight of yours. Thank you very much. Hello. I think someone from UAE, you've been trying to call. If it permits, let me see if I can call you back, because you've been trying to call for a very long time. Let's hear your view. You better pick up. It rings the third time, you missed the chance. Sorry. So I think what Dave said here makes a whole lot of sense equally. Oh, let me pick this call. Yeah, hello. Who am I speaking to?
Hello, is that Mazes okay?
Speaking, you're live with Mazes okay. This is Njenje Media TV. Yes.
Very good. I've been hearing what you guys are saying. I'm calling from Ireland. First of all, my name is Victor.
Victor from Ireland, you're welcome. Can you make a contribution?
So my contribution regarding this issue is that talking about what to do with the property is only giving hope Uzodinma and Okorocha credibility. It's only because as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what they do with the property. Hope Uzodinma and Rochas Okorocha are not taking our time, because what they have done to the Igbo people, yourself. Go back to history. All the injustices, all the atrocities happening to the Igbo people. None of them. Hope Uzodinma is called Spring Court Governor. Okorocha, when he was there, Okorocha didn't give a damn. Okorocha went as far, put statue, use Imo State money to build statue for someone who is not a Nigerian. So talking about what to do with the property is not even, you guys shouldn't be talking about that.
No, we have to, because it's it's
well, if you want to talk about that, you're only making them feel relevant.
No. Even if you ignore, I understand, honestly, I understand how you feel when we talk about lack of governance and lack of the impact of governance in our space. I do understand how you feel. I feel sometimes even greater than that, but nonetheless, we would continue to talk about the things that affect us, because that's our homeland, no matter how we look at it. So we cannot run away from cucumbers and carrots to overtake the whole place. Come on, see? So that's...
Well, that's my point, because you talked about the property in the drainage route. It's not the first property in Nigeria that's being built in a drainage route. In fact, half of the properties drainage routes.
Do you have drainage route? Everybody has a soccer way. I mean, that's insanity. Anyway, thank you very much for your contribution.
One of routes, where the riverways, where the water goes through,
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you. Yeah, hello. Who am I speaking to? Mazes, okay. Are you speaking there?
Hello, Mark. Hello.
Yeah, you're speaking to Mazes, okay, live.
Am I on live?
Yes, you're live with Mazes, okay, here.
Okay, my name is Simeon Obiawan.
Okay, Simeon, how are you this evening?
Yeah, my own contribution is this.
Yeah.
First, I don't know the reason for the demolition, but from your initial explanation, you said that the area is a green zone. So, and the question is whether it should be demolished or not. So the reason for the government taking the place, if it's for the green zone, which means there is a violation in terms of the landscape, and the option there is for demolition. So that is the option. But if it's for maybe, let's say, a proceed from corruption, so that is when we can now look at the government seizing the property and using it for another stuff, maybe using it for the government's purpose or for the citizens' purpose. So that is my own contribution.
Thank you very much for your wonderful contribution. Hello, at last. Oh. I try you once more. You have 3 rings. If you don't pick. Yeah, hello. You're speaking to Mazes, okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you're speaking to Mazes, okay. Can you please turn off the device you're listening with, please?
Okay.
Okay. May I know who? Yeah, may I know your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Innocent from Cyprus.
Cyprus, okay.
Yeah. Actually, I wish the government have seized the thing very, very properly, because I know tomorrow night Reuters will still make his way and get that back. But be that as it may, those politicians, they know themselves. Maybe they have a little misunderstanding. That's why the man is trying to shake him. But that's one apart. Demolishing that is a kind of effort in futility. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
In a situation, in a state where there are many poor people are actually suffering. So demolishing that, I don't see it as a proper thing to do. There are many people who need a thing like that. You go to many universities in Nigeria, in Imo State, there are many good students who come with first class, who are other people who have contributed much of the things for the state, for the growth of the state. Use it and compensate them. Use it and compensate them. Since I will see that building, most of them is flat by flat. You see somebody who needs it, you give it to him. You can equally use it, but I don't even support mortgaging it or selling it to other people, because they will come back it.
But if you sell it to those, if you give it to people who,
let it be that the indigent people in the society, they use it as a kind of compensation to many people, or even rent it out. Renting it out and then so creating a kind of administrative platform there will equally give more employment to people around there. So I don't buy the idea of selling it to people, because they will indirectly come back again and buy it. Give it to people who merit it. There are people who, there are some civil servants who have done much for the state. Give it to them as a kind of compensation, so that people will see that it will ginger people to contribute more, to give more to the state.
Okay.
There are many people that have excelled in different fields that are actually indigent. Give it to them as a kind of incentives to improve their outputs. So that is my candid opinion.
Okay.
Mark my words, tomorrow or next, Rogers will still reclaim that place. I don't think the government is using it in entirety, because once a person is having a kind of problem, this kind of thing will arise. Of which tomorrow now, they will talk behind this and take it back. So my brother, thank you so much for.
Thank you very much for your wonderful contribution. Thank you. Okay. Oh, people, the calls are not stopping. Okay, we should be. Okay, let me take a couple of calls more, then we should wrap it up. But it appears that many of you are suggesting that it should not be demolished, that it should be put into a different use. You are speaking to Mazezoke Live. Who am I speaking to?
Hello, Mazezoke. This is not the caller for the voice.
Okay. So what's your contribution? I can hear you loud and clear. What's your contribution?
Okay, my contribution is this. Before the structure was erected, didn't they have any urban planning, or didn't Rogers Okorocha saw the place was in a green belt before he started building?
Well, he was, in Nigeria, the governor of a state is the one that issues C of O. So if he had issued C of O to himself, what would we have done? I do not have the facts. I don't know. Like the caller from Imo State said that the panel of inquiry that looked into that took between 2006 to 2019. Therefore, I do not know when Okorocha actually acquired that land. Did he acquire it before he became a governor? Or I hope your parrot or anything the background is. I hope is fine.
So yes. So my question is this: if he knew he was governor, as I don't know, just like exactly what you just said. If before he purchased the land, there was supposed to be urban planning, or the place was already planned before he purchased it.
Well, we can only assume.
For instance, if he violates the law of the land, that means the property have to be demolished. Just like day before yesterday, they just demolished Trump, his property at Atlantic City in Njenje.
And why was that demolished then?
Well, they say that it was built in the wrong place, for instance.
So where were the people who approved it? I think, let me take this. Let me take this conversation a little bit a notch higher. Shouldn't we be thinking of penalizing also whoever signed the documents for those lands to be used, or in the manner they were used for? Because somebody must have authorized it.
That's true. So his money exchange hands. So, for instance, if he being a former president, his property was demolished, regardless of the money he had, the mayor, the local government chairman of the state of the city said that for a long time they've been planning to demolish it, but it was the right time for them to do it. So they just demolished almost about a 9-story building with other properties surrounding it.
Wow. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Let me take another call. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I think this caller from +44, that should be United Kingdom. If you can call back, the lines are free now. And I think the last caller actually has a point. He's saying that if Donald Trump's property was demolished, and details being that it was built in the wrong place, but I don't know if compensations will be paid to him, but here we are. This is Nigeria. Hello, good evening. You are speaking to Mazes. Okay, who am I on to? Hello?
Hello?
You are speaking to Mazes. Okay, this is live on Njenje Media TV.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, yeah. My contribution to the question tonight is why are we asking the place the government said is marked up. Sorry, my name is Alfred. Calling from the UK. Hello?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yes, it's much better now. Okay, yes. So my name is Alfred. I'm calling from the UK. The place, according to the government, is a green belt, and obviously, anything, nothing should go on there. So whether it's a building, in the first place, they use their power because he was in power to be able to try to boycott that and build and go and build something there. So I think, in my own opinion, is the structure should be demolished. There's no two ways about it. Not selling it because if you sell it to somebody else, that means we are encouraging people to be tampering into reserve areas and stuff like that. So there's no point. It is a reserve area. It is a reserve area. So no building should go on top of it. They should demolish it. That's it. There's no two ways about it.
Thank you very much. That was straight to the point. Thank you very much. Okay. The call dropped. I picked it. It dropped. Sorry about that. So you can call back. Obviously, it appears that so many of you the late callers now are beginning to favor that be demolished. Good evening. You are speaking to Mazes. Okay.
Yeah, Mazi, how are you?
I'm all right. This is a live program. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Philadelphia,
Pennsylvania, United States.
Wow. You're welcome.
I think they are making the same mistake. I mean, the whole Pozadema government is making the same mistake that the INEC did. After the election of the senatorial zone, there was this issue of fraud perpetrated by Okorocha. INEC seized the certificate. INEC did not cancel the result. So at the end of the whole thing, Okorocha went to court and got his certificate back, like nothing happened. The same thing now, which court process are they missing? Where did they get the judgment to take over the property? Otherwise, even if they demolish it tomorrow, they will be forced to pay Okorocha back his money. We cannot continue the illegality begetting illegality. They should go through a court process that it was debated by the Executive Council is not a law.
Okay.
Again, that's my submission.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, I take the point you've raised. You raised a valid point on legality here. But in speaking to legality, what then happens if a state assembly, by an act of motion in a state assembly, appoints a judicial panel of inquiries to do a job and feedback to the state that makes law within the state? Does that still stand as an illegality?
I think it does, because the House is not the law court. We have three arms of government.
Sure.
The House cannot make that judgment.
No, but they are making the law. No, the House they are the lawmakers. That's why they are called the lawmakers.
They are the lawmakers, but they are not the law interpreters.
Well, now, I think in the video, there was a statement that talked about gazetting. And gazetting means something that has been discussed in the chambers, now being gazetted in law. And you cannot gazette without the law court. Anyway, I do not have the fine details, but my simple knowledge of law, that's what it tells me. But maybe we have someone, a son watching us. You can ring in to make this correct. But I think you raised a very valid point, so that we don't get into where we were before, as you said, with INEC.
At the end of most of them are 4 years or 8 years, Okorocha will go back and take his property. Yes. Because of missing the legality of it,
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good that that point was made. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I think this point there. I think it's something. It's something to note, and it's something to ponder about. What is the legality of the action of the state of the state assembly? What is the legality of the action? Because that is where the issue now, I believe, lies. Hello, good evening. Oh, it dropped. Let me try again. Hello, good evening. You are speaking to Mazes. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, you are speaking to Mazes. Okay, live. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, I've made a contribution before, but I would like to ask, that estate they are trying to demolish, when was it built?
Can you tell us?
I'm asking.
It appears to have been built during Okorocha's tenure. I do not know exactly.
During his tenure or before his tenure?
I don't. That's. It appears. Well, it's something. I think before he left, was when people actually saw that estate first, unoccupied. So it couldn't have been before his tenure because it was not occupied then.
Okay, because the issue there is that at the stance now, we don't really have all the information in terms of making contribution to the discussion, because it will be good if we have the information.
Well,
and
I think not having the exact date, but with all certainty, one can say that it was built during his tenure. Reason being, the moment he left office was the first time that the video of the estates surfaced online. And as of that time, it was being still added finishing touches with no single soul living in there. So you couldn't have built it before he became a governor, and he was left shallow for 8 years. Grasses would have overrun the place.
Okay, so if that is the case, which means there is a kind of influence
of
because
course.
of the office.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so that is really a violation. That is really a violation. But from the report, they said maybe a report from the panel that was said. We don't really know how transparent it was, like inviting the accused in terms of presenting his case and how they go about it before making the recommendations.
If a panel invites you, in Nigerian context of big manism, they can begin to probably challenge first the legality of the panel, and if they do have the right to even make that invitation, blah blah blah. And if you decide not to, when they make their decision, sadly, then you probably have to live with the outcome. I mean, it's as simple as that. Anyway, thank you very much for your informed contribution. Thank you. Whew. Okay, I will take two more calls, then people, that will be it. So, hello, you are speaking to Mazes, okay? Hello, you are speaking to Mazes, okay? Hello, you're speaking to Mazes, okay?
Yeah, this is Ade from Los Angeles.
Ade, you're welcome.
I believe they're showing demolish this beautiful building, probably take it over by the government and rent it out to the masses. I mean, and make sure not to rent it out to the politicians. And I'm calling for another thing. Thank you so much for bringing the Yorubas and Igbos together. I've been following you for some days now. Thank you so much. We need that. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's for our own collective good. There must be a Southern force to challenge what is about to befall us. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, you are speaking with Shoban from US.
Yeah, Shoban. I like the combination this evening. So
okay, you are speaking with Shoban from US. Just watching this program, and I want to contribute.
Yes, go ahead.
What is going on in Nigeria is so pathetic, and most of our politicians, they forget something. One day you will be there. Tomorrow you will not be there.
Sure.
If they can acquire that property, you cannot be a judge in your own court. We remember the issue of Obasanjo and Atiku when Obasanjo sent a panel inquiry and they fight Atiku guilty. Who did the panel? All the ministers under Obasanjo. Who are they going to support? But they went to court later and they discovered that Atiku can do his own part in anywhere if he likes. Let's assume that Okorocha acquired that property, either illegally or on means. But that property is an edifice for their state. And it can be useful for the state too. People can get job there. But when you now go to the state of demolition of that property, adding to the cost value of the state. The money used to build that building is not from the direct pocket of Okorocha, it's the government money. And when they demolish it, who is going to benefit from it? The governor should realize that one day
is going to live there. They should learn how to settle things.
Yeah, but hold on. But the way you're looking at it is you. I said the way you're looking at it, you somehow have foreclosed that it is a vendetta.
No, I can't hear you clearly. Maybe you lower your or something, sir.
Yes, I said the way you're looking at it, you have already foreclosed that it is a case of vendetta.
Oh, the noise is so much, I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, don't worry. Thank you very much for your time. So, if you can hear me now, what I'm saying is from the last caller here, it appears you already foreclosed that is a case of vendetta. And if that is the case, obviously, you can argue in that line. But in this case, a panel of inquiry was not even instituted by this current governor. Hello? Hello, who am I speaking to and where are you calling from? Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I can actually hear you, but there's so much echo in your background.
I'm alone in this.
I might not be able to hear you, but let me just go ahead and make the point. My name is Smart. I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Okay, go ahead, Smart.
Right, so my point here is this. I've seen that facility so many times, in the past couple of I've seen that facility so many times in the past couple of months all over the place. It's a very huge structure. But first, before we hurriedly come and make submission, we want to even ask ourselves, what the hell is this green zone? Is this green zone a shrine, an oracle shrine where nobody goes to? Before we can start saying, do this, green zone is not the same thing as building a structure where waterways, seaway. That's not what green zone means. In fact, in some foreign countries, green zone are actually choice location where people want to buy properties because of the location and how it's been preserved. Now, if this place has been preserved according to Imo State's what is that thing they call the map or whatever it's called by some administration, and it's been underdeveloped, and somebody because he's a governor and thinks that with his power as a governor, that you can do some things and favor yourself, which is of course what every Nigerian politician does. I don't quite appreciate it too, but hear me out. Two wrongs cannot make a right. In Nigeria, there is a deficit of infrastructure for public workers. No quarters for Nigerian police force, no quotas for civil servants, no quotas for ESN. So let's just say ESN. Sorry, you can take that as a joke. All right. These are people that are, unquote, public servant working for the people. There are no building for them. And you have such a mighty structure. And people are here saying demolish it because it's green zone, it's green zone, it's green zone. Green zone or boom or the list of green zone. All right, it's a big structure. It has helped penalize routers for breaking the law, get a legal process. If you have to go through a legal court to make sure that he forfeits that for breaking that law, but don't demolish it. Police need quarters. Civil servants, where they work all over the place, they need quarters. In fact, including ESN, they need quarters. All I'm saying is, instead of demolishing that structure, forget the ESN part. It's not political. Don't respond to ESN. Don't respond to ESN. All right. All I'm saying is, yes, make him lose it, but reassign the property. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, hello. I think in addressing what the last caller obviously said, hold on. Yeah, hello.
I'm sorry to come back to you again. I'm just hearing what you are saying, that it was not the governor that said the panel of inquiry. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Somebody is talking again.
You are the one talking. I'm listening to you.
Okay. So my belief is that even if they want to do this thing, they can do it legally. Now let me give you an example of what happened in your state recently. Mark in the truth, the former governor to court based on the land that is acquired. So they didn't allow, in order to turn this thing that will lead to crisis, I could even advise the government to a legal means so that he can do everything judiciously. I think this thing will lead to crisis and it's going to be a precedent for those people that are coming in the future. So that's our submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I mean, having listened to what everyone has said, I think there are clarifications and points that we need to understand. I mean, I listened to the young man that said, if na Oracle, they leave for the green zone. You know, I started by making presentation for both sides and making an argument for and against. That obviously the panel of inquiry has looked into the legality, and I wish I can lay my hand in the whole document actually and their recommendation that this place violated certain provisions as to building regulations and land use act. And in that violation, that their recommendation is that it will be demolished. I mean, some of you have made the argument that it shouldn't be demolished because we are short of properties. That is given. That is a fact. But question is, as someone pointed out here, in America, as the individual who called said, yes, Donald Trump's property being demolished because of some, not right that it ought to have, or rather it ought not to have been built there. The final details of if compensations will be paid or who's at fault is not known to myself as of now, as of today. Obviously, probably have to go read it up. But if on the face value, we take it at that and just opposing it to the case of Imo State, yes, one thing we have to know, as someone alluded here, we cannot try to play internationally with our own local standard. It's either we decide to stay in a mode, in not coming up at all, that whatever we do is just our own standard, even that's why we don't even have good tilers. You want to tile your house, you go to Togo, you go to Benin Republic, you bring people, because we have not developed a tiling standard, that this is a standard that should be used in tiling. We don't even have a plumbing standard that a plumber, before he comes into your house, he must understand about pipes. He must understand about the reason. Some people would even put toilet seat in a house that you can no longer open the door. Why does those things happen? Because we do not have standard. We don't have standard on the pressure. If you ever make the mistake of building a house and piping it without testing it before you plaster your house, as funny as it may sound, but you will run the risk of actually, after plastering your house, screeding it, painting it, and moving there and turn on the water. You run the risk of your whole house being flooded. It just happened to me, so that's why I'm actually laughing. moved into a new house, you open the pipe, water is running everywhere, because obviously you have done conduit piping. So, but why does it happen? In all seriousness, it happens because we do not have standard to ourselves. Therefore, there are benchmarks to standards. You have ISO in terms of international standards, so we cannot argue that, we shouldn't use international standards on it. Yes, we do. Those countries, there is no country on earth that has actually solved housing problem. If not, why would people be on the housing ladder? Why do you have homeless people? And even when you want to take them off the street, in the countries of the world, you think is America, United Kingdom, you think it's even Germany, they will say, no, you take the individual to hotels because there are no vacant homes. It might take, in England, they tell you, or in the United Kingdom, they tell you they do, what they call house, they bid for the houses, or the housing bidding. You bid. So it's not like there are empty houses for you to. So what I'm saying is, where things are done right does not mean you don't have poor people who will need it, or that you don't, have anything that you have to, you can do with the house. There are 1 million things we can do with the house, but, standard has to be set that in the next 10 years, that we don't have another cucumber as a governor that will come and say, oh, I like this area. If not, if we continue with this madness, all the parks, even the place you have roachers, molded people, those areas, those empty spaces, somebody will go there and build houses. If we can build ShopRite, the one that still drives me crazy, if we can build ShopRite at Polo Park in Enugu, just destroy it, all those are the ones. So one day somebody comes and say, actually, this was wrong, that'd be an issue. ShopRite should have been something that we should have used in creating another city in Enugu, a mini city. A place with whatever we built in ShopRite in Enugu could have been moved somewhere else and create a different city, divert traffic, and free up the inner cities. But no, we always want a shorter cut to doing things. Anyway, thank you for your contributions this evening. Lately, many of you that called later this evening are of the opinion and of the view that we shouldn't, or that structure should not be demolished, or rather that the structure should be demolished. And most of you that called earlier said, no, no one should touch the structure. The structure should be given to people. Some of you suggested giving it to the less privileged. Some of you suggested giving it to the, turning it into a hospital. Some of you also suggested, giving it to the civil servants or the needy. Whatever that is the case, it is a conversation. And I thank God that somebody also called in from Imo. So it means globally, we had people calling from UAE, from Norway, from Cyprus, many of you from America, United Kingdom, Germany. So it means that this platform is a platform that people watch globally. So whatever your views are, don't think that both Okorocha and Hope Uzodimma and those within the panel are not watching, because of course they watch. They want to know, they feel our pulse, they know what the people are thinking, and your voice this evening has been heard. Irrespective of what happens, I believe we have to follow up and find out what is going to happen. Maybe they've done what they've done, the recommendation is made, but we might have to demand for a public consultation. Let the public decide. As someone said here, it could be that there were some legal omissions. And if you're listening, please, part of the panel, if there were legal omissions, please, those legalities must be adhered to, because what we don't want is tomorrow someone will say, oh, they upturned before you upturn, before you demolish, before you seize, let the legal processes be adhered to, that the moment decision is reached, it will be something that will stand the test of time. On that note, I thank you very much for joining me this evening. It has been a very fantastic conversation, and I thank you for joining me. Join me by 7 o'clock Nigerian time, coming Friday, 7 o'clock Nigerian time, 26th of February, for a one-on-one conversation with Senator Njenje Baribe, titled One-on-One with Senator Njenje Baribe on his book launch, which is Made in Aba. It's going to be a very interesting conversation. Make out a date, get your pen and papers, ask your questions. It's a relaxed conversation for the weekend. I say once more, good morning, everyone, because it's already morning down here. Thank you and have a blessed day. Thank you very much. And good night for those of you. Good morning, good evening. I think some of you in America is evening now. I say good morning, good evening. And many of us in Nigeria, good morning. That those of you in the UK as well, good morning and sleep tight. Bye.